If you're a creative strategist or media buyer planning your 2026 strategy right now, you need to hear this. Last week, I sat down with Matt Steiner, the VP at Meta behind Andromeda, and what he shared with me is going to completely change how you approach creative testing next year. Here's the problem. Most teams are still doing creative strategy like it's 2024. They're launching 10 to 15 ads per month, looking for that 1 or 2 winners to scale, then wondering why performance keeps dropping. That approach is dead, and it has nothing to do with campaign structure or bidding strategies. It's all about creative volume and diversity. I'm Kruse, and after this conversation, plus analyzing data from brands spending over $200 million on ads, here's what I learned. Andromeda didn't just change what you need to test, it changed how many variations you need to find winners. If you're setting your creative strategy for 2026, this changes everything. Let me break it down. First thing, everyone's freaking out about Andromeda like it just launched. But here's the deal. Andromeda fully rolled out in 2024. So if your performance dropped in late 2025, it wasn't because of some new algorithm change. It was probably because your creative strategy did not adapt. And here's what you need to understand about Meta's system. There are 3 layers. It's not all just Andromeda. First layer is Lattice, then Andromeda, and then GEM. Lattice is the foundation. It's Meta's shared learning system. When your ad performs well in one campaign, that knowledge spreads across the entire account. Every objective, every placement, every audience. This is why creative quality matters more than campaign structure now. Here's the thing, Meta's AI tools now generate hundreds of variations from every ad you upload. One video can be shown thousands of different ways. Andromeda quickly narrows millions of possible ads down to the most relevant ones for each user. GEM is the brain. It predicts the perfect ad for each user in real time. Think of it as ChatGPT for ad delivery. It's predicting the next best ad to show someone based on the entire journey. So now you're probably wondering, okay, if the system works like this, does account structure even matter anymore? Well, I asked this question directly to Matt Steiner during our call, and he said, no, at least not for Andromeda's ability to figure out the best ads to deliver. Andromeda is horizontal. It doesn't care where your ads live. But here's what does matter: creative diversity and volume and budget liquidity. Budget liquidity means allowing Meta to determine which ads get the most spent. This basically means deciding how much you want to spend and letting Meta take over how it gets spent. This is where most teams are screwing up their 2026 planning. Let me show you a framework that's going to help fix that. Based on everything I've learned, here's what needs to change in your creative strategy for 2026. Build a system, not winners. Stop looking at 1 or 2 winning ads to scale. Build an entire system that continuously tests concepts, hooks, and variations. Why? Because GEM needs variety to build personalized ad sequences. You need dozens of ads working together to lower your average CPA. Here's a practical example. Launch 10 concepts with 5 to 10 hook variations each. That's 50 to 100 ads per month. And now Meta can actually match the right creative to the right person in real time. I like to use tools like Motion's AI tagging to help with this. I'm already using their platform to see what's working and what's not in my ad accounts, and this feature reveals visuals, angles, and personas that drive real variation and performance for my accounts. If you're testing the same angle as a video, a static, and a carousel, that's not really concept diversity. You need to test different emotional angles. Problem focused. Are you tired of X pain point? Social proof. 10,000 customers can't be wrong. Contrarian. Everyone thinks X, but actually Y. Storytelling. Think behind the scenes, customer journey. Each one of these concepts should feel completely different, not just a hook swap. One common question that creative strategists face is, do we have enough creative diversity? And so using a tool like Motion's AI tagging helps me see my ads like Meta does. Motion is able to watch all my ads and organize them based on asset types, visual formats, messaging angles, hook tactics, intended audiences, seasonality, offer types, and more. This is where tools like Motion become critical. When you're launching 50 to 100 variations per month, you need to track which concepts have the highest hook rate, hold rate, and conversion rate. Here's a real example. If your data shows problem-focused concepts with customer testimonials convert 2 times better, you double down there before exploring new stuff. But you can't see these patterns without the right tools. And the workflow I'm about to show you makes this way easier than you think. Here's the exact weekly workflow I recommend. And this is how you hit those those 50 to 100 ads per month without burning out your team. Week 1, this is where you're going to launch 3 to 5 completely new concepts with 3 to 5 hook variations. That's 15 to 20 ads. Week 2, iterate on top performers. This could be anywhere from 10 to 15 ads. Week 3, launch 2 to 3 new concepts plus keep iterating. That could be 15 to 20 ads. Week 4, you're going to review and plan the next month. That's 50 to 80 ads per month. And here's the thing that no one talks about. You don't need a massive team to do this if you're strategic about it. There's tons of ways to leverage AI to not only increase your creative output, but also to get your ads live faster. But we'll cover that in another video. But before you start building this system, you need to hear about account structure, because most people are wasting weeks on something that doesn't even matter. Stop overthinking structure. Structure matters for budget flow and reporting, not performance. Here's my recommendation: a campaign level budget CBO. Ad sets by concepts or persona, not format. Load 10 to 20 variations per ad set. Let Meta figure out what works. Side note, if you're the type of media buyer who needs to see spend going to new creative, you can always set a minimum ad spend threshold to force delivery. Some folks out there love this strategy because it still leverages Meta's campaign level budget liquidity, but also gives you insights into how that new batch of creative performed. And as we all know, creative insights unlock more wins. Don't spend weeks perfecting structure. Spend that time creating better, more diverse creative. And this leads me to the most important part: what this actually means for your job in 2026. Here's what's changing. And if you don't adjust for this, you're going to get left behind. If you're a creative strategist, your job is now designing systems for continuous testing, not just making individual ads. Think in concepts and building blocks. Get comfortable reading performance data to guide your next tests. If you're a media buyer, stop micromanaging structure. Start demanding better creative diversity. Your role is feeding performance insights back into your creative team. If you're a brand or agency, expect to test 4 times more creative in 2026 than you did in 2024. It's all about building feedback loops between your media buyers and your creative strategists. The teams that figure this out early are going to dominate. The biggest lesson isn't about campaign structure or bidding. It's about creative strategy. Meta built a system that can handle massive creative volume and personalized delivery at scale. The brands that win in 2026 are the ones feeding this system what it needs: diverse concepts, multiple variations, continuous iteration based on data, ads that look and feel very different when stacked next to each other. Test, analyze, iterate, scale. The faster you spin that flywheel, the better your results. If you want to see how top D2C brands use motion to analyze creative performance and guide their testing strategy, especially with AI tagging, check out the link below to learn more about AI tagging. Let me know in the comments, what's your biggest creative testing challenge going into 2026? That's all I got. If this helped you plan your 2026 strategy, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.